Hi, my name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm a Cavoodle puppy coach and breeder for Noodle Way and River City puppies. As a coach, my philosophy is simple. A Cavoodle should always complement your lifestyle, not complicate it. And this is the foundation to everything I teach. For almost the past decade, I have been working in the breeding, training, grooming, and veterinary sectors of the small animal industry. I've also been raising Cavoodles for the past 16 years, so I have definitely learned a thing or two about the breed along the way. Now this podcast is all about Cavoodles. Raising Cavoodles, training Cavoodles, grooming Cavoodles, breeding Cavoodles, and how to shape the behavior of a Cavoodle puppy. So if you're a Cavoodle parent or you are looking at adding a Cavoodle to your family soon, then this podcast is for you. New episodes will be released each Tuesday morning, and you can follow me across all social media under the name @OodleWay for more tips and advice on Cavoodles. Thanks for tuning in. Hello and welcome back to episode 46 of the Cavoodle Coach podcast. My name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm your host. Today and also next week, I wanted to discuss a couple of common concerns/myths that I hear about Cavoodle puppies. And one of the biggest concerns I hear, and one of the most common questions I get asked from all of the families I work with who are raising their Cavoodles, is they come to me and they say, Tiana, I think my puppy is weeing and pooing in the house in spite of me. And I go, what makes you think that? And they say, well, I take my puppy outside to the toilet. They don't go on the grass. We stand out there for ages. And then we come back inside and the puppy looks at me and it walks over to the corner and then it squats and starts weeing while keeping eye contact with me. And I swear they're doing it in spite of me. And to tell you the truth, when I hear this question, it always makes me laugh a little bit because I understand where you're coming from, and I understand how it really does just seem like the dog and the puppy is doing it in spite of you because they've got that eye contact going, they are purposely watching you while they're weeing, and you think you should know better to go outside. However, I am here to tell you that your little Cavoodle puppy just isn't that smart and they are not doing it in spite of you. You have to imagine that, yes, we have a little 8-week-old puppy who can run and walk and bark and learn at such an incredible rate, incredible speed, but they're still so young. When your puppy was born only 8 weeks ago, they couldn't even see or hear or walk or go to the toilet on their own. And 8 weeks later, they can do all of these things. And we put all of these really massive expectations on our puppy. And then we also put all of this responsibility on them for them to just learn in a matter of days that the grass is where they should go to the toilet. But it just doesn't work like that. It takes a lot longer for a puppy to be toilet trained, because what we are doing when we are toilet training a puppy is we are teaching them to have a surface preference to go to the toilet on grass rather than tiles or floorboards or carpet. And for that surface preference to be formed, it takes weeks and weeks of them going to the toilet on the grass for the habit to set so strongly that it just feels really weird if they weren't going on the grass. What I like to say to people, it's like, for us right now, imagine if you didn't brush your teeth in the morning. You would just feel weird all day and it would just feel off, and it just feels icky, and you just have to brush your teeth in the morning when you get up. And so that's the feeling we're trying to create in a puppy. We're trying to teach them that if they don't wee on grass or they don't poo on grass, it just feels so wrong, and they go and seek it out and they hold their bladder until they find that grass surface. And so when people come to me and they say, Tiana, I think my puppy is weeing in the house in spite of me, all I can say is no. For a puppy, from your puppy's perspective, at this very young age of 8 weeks old, going to the toilet is a very natural bodily function, and they don't know the difference between going on the grass or going inside the house. And for them, when they feel the urge to wee, they just wee. And they don't have much bladder control, and they just go to the toilet because that's what they've been doing for 8 weeks. They just go to the toilet where they are. And so We can't get angry at them. We can't think they're doing it in spite of us. Instead, the family really has to take the responsibility off the puppy and put it on themselves. Because if your puppy is having an accident in the house, it is not the puppy's fault. The puppy is not smart enough to know that they're doing the wrong thing. Instead, it's your fault as the family for not taking the puppy out consistently enough, for not picking up on all of the body language signals they are doing, because they will always show through their body language that they're about to go to the toilet before they do it. And if you're not picking up on those signals and you're missing it, well, that was your chance to take them out to the grass and you missed it, and therefore they are going to wee in the house. And so it's really important that we just take away the blame and take it off the puppy, because it is never the puppy's fault. It is always the family's fault. Now, what I do want to say is toilet training is definitely one of the biggest challenges a lot of families have when it comes to having a Cavoodle puppy. It can be something that can take a few weeks to do, or it can be something that can take years to do. And the difference between the puppy who takes a few weeks to toilet train versus a couple of years to toilet train is how many times they have accidents within their house. Because every single time, without fail, every single time they have an accident in their house, it sets them backwards and it takes away that habit from being formed. It's like, imagine if you were trying to teach a child to brush their teeth every morning, and one morning you brush your teeth in the morning, the next day you forget, then it's 2 days goes by, then you go back to brushing in the morning, and that habit is never really being fully formed. And so the child isn't going to have that really, really strong desire to brush their teeth every morning, because otherwise it feels weird. That just doesn't form for them. And so if you have a puppy and one day they do really well and they do all of the wees out in the grass, but then the next day they do a couple of wees inside that house, every time they have a wee inside the house, it takes away that habit and it takes the puppy backwards. And that's when toilet training can take a couple of years rather than a few weeks. Now, if you are a family getting a Cavoodle puppy, and the Cavoodle is going to be in the house, which they definitely should be, they're an indoor dog, and you are thinking about toilet training and you're wondering, how can I be the family who takes a few weeks to toilet train rather than a couple of years to toilet train? What I want to say to you is there are some really, really important tips and tricks when it comes to toilet training to really speed up the process. And toilet training happens in conjunction with your separation anxiety prevention training, and it also happens in conjunction with crate training. When it comes to raising a puppy, we have to always take a holistic approach, and every part of raising a puppy blends in together to complement each other. And so we can't just toilet train. We toilet train and we crate train and we do separation anxiety prevention training all at the same time, and this is how we get the success really quickly. And we definitely can toilet train our puppies within a few weeks. I have done it multiple times over for probably now, I would say over 30 Cavoodles, whether they're my own Cavoodles or they're clients that I have personally coached one-on-one. And then I have all of the families within my Cavoodle puppy training program, and we've had almost 100 families go through it at this point in time, and all of them have seen such amazing success with toilet training. And the families who haven't had the amazing success are the ones who haven't been on top of it and have let the puppy had accidents inside, which obviously delays the progress. But if you're a family and you're getting a Cavoodle puppy and you want to dedicate the next month to properly toilet training your puppy, properly training them, properly crate training them, properly teaching them how to be comfortable on their own and not have separation anxiety, then I really encourage you to go into the show notes of this episode and join my Cavoodle Puppy Planner training program. Because in this program, it is designed to give you 28 days of daily training schedules for your Cavoodle. And it'll tell you each hour of the day what to do. So whether we are going out to the toilet, whether we're practicing crate training, whether we're doing some separation anxiety training, whether we're going out to do some socializing, whether we're doing a confidence building activity with the puppy, whatever it is, it tells you hour by hour what to do with your Cavoodle for your first month with them. And the schedules that I give you are the exact schedules I use for my puppies. It's the exact schedules I use in my one-on-one coaching, and these schedules are all flexible. So whether you work 9 to 5, whether you have kids at home, whether you're going to uni and you've got classes, whatever the case is, the schedules are flexible. And if you follow the schedules, I promise you, your puppy can be toilet trained within a few weeks, but only if you as the family take full responsibility for the toilet training, put all of that responsibility on yourself, and never blame the puppy. Because anytime a puppy has an accident in the house, it's not the puppy's fault, it's yours. And I will give you all of the tips and tricks and the step-by-step process to toilet train your puppy really quickly. And all you have to do is follow it every day for a month, and you will have a toilet trained puppy. So that's in my Cavoodle puppy training program. You can click the link in the show notes to this program. I would love to welcome you in there. You have access to the program for 365 days. So I always recommend joining the program as far in advance before you get your puppy as possible, because the more you can learn about raising a Cavoodle before your Cavoodle comes home, the more it'll be like second nature for you, and the less you're going to have to feel like you're scrambling and rushing and just getting all overwhelmed when you have the puppy, because then you already have all the knowledge. It'll already be in your head, and you'll know how to react every time your puppy barks or cries, or you'll know how to pick up on all of those little body language signals when they try and tell you they need to go to the toilet, and you can take them straight outside, which speeds up all of their training and really helps them to transition into your home really seamlessly and then complement your lifestyle and not complicate it. So I hope this episode has given you a bit of an insight into toilet training a puppy. I hope it has reassured you that your puppy is never actually smart enough to go to the toilet inside of the house in spite of you. They're just not old enough to do that. They're not mature enough to really connect the dots. And I hope it's given you some ideas on how you can tackle toilet training. I would love to guide you through this process. I would love to support you on this process. My Cavoodle puppy training program is how I can help you with this. And throughout that program, for the first 4 weeks with your puppy, you will be able to jump onto a weekly Q&A call with me. And if you're having any troubles at all, any struggles, what you can do is you can jump online, and when you can talk to me, you can tell me what's happening, and I will give you personalized one-on-one advice and feedback every week for the first 4 weeks with your puppy, which is just so reassuring if you're a first-time puppy parent, because sometimes you just need someone to tell you that you're doing the right thing and your puppy is doing everything very normally. So hopefully I see you in the program, and I will see you again next week for the second common concern / worry that I hear from Cavoodle puppy families, and I'll be here to reassure you whether it's normal or not normal. So I'll see you next week in the next episode. If you haven't already subscribed to the podcast, please make sure you do. And then also, if you can leave me a rating and a review, that would mean so much to me. I read them all, and it just reminds me and reassures me that I'm not just talking into a microphone, I'm actually talking to people. So let me know if you've enjoyed the podcast. Leave a rating and a review, and I'll see you next week. Okay, this has been your Cavoodle coach, Tiana Karamayas. I'll see you later. Bye.